so you got her pregnant within 7 days?
Yes, ma'am. I have a problem with doing that. Both of my kids, actually.
Yeah, and you're 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Got 2 kids.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. When Duane and Sonja met in 2010, they fell madly in love, and 1 week later found themselves pregnant with their daughter. 3 months later, they tied the knot. And now, 2 years later, Duane is demanding a divorce.
It's not taking a bath. When she stopped taking a bath, that bothered me the most.
I look at his phone, he has a video of another girl pleasuring herself sent to him.
Duane and Sonja had given up any hope of cleaning up their act and working things out for the sake of their daughter. They are here to call it quits. Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Sonja Glass and Duane Bissell. The two of you have been married for 2 years. You are seeking a divorce here today. And Ms. Glass, you are looking for $150 from Mr. Bissell for the 46-inch TV of yours that you say that he broke. You both have 2 children, but one together and the other from previous relationships, correct?
Yes,
and in the courtroom, I also have Christy McDaniel. Hello, Christy McDaniel, and you are Mr. Bissell's current girlfriend, yes. Wife notwithstanding. And I will hear from you momentarily, but before I do, I want to start with Mr. Bissell. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you're here in divorce court today?
Well, ma'am, I'm here today because when I first met Sonja, she was one person. After we got married and after my daughter was born, she changed to be another person. Like when I first met her, she was clean, took care of herself. She seemed like she took care of her son, and she just seemed like the person I wanted to be with. But after—
Now, when did you, tell me a little bit about your courtship and when you met, because you say she's changed from one person to another. What was she doing before? When did you meet? How did you meet? And
well, ma'am,
actually,
I'm actually a friend of one of her family members.
Right.
I was hanging out with them. They introduced me to her. We started talking for about a week. We ended up having sex. She got pregnant, and we decided we wanted to be together. Because not only did I want to be with her, but I wanted to be there for at least one of my children's.
Okay, so you got her pregnant within 7 days?
Yes, ma'am. I have a problem with doing that. Both of my kids, actually.
Yeah, and you're 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Got 2 kids.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my! How long did you date after she got pregnant? Before you married?
3 months.
About 3 months.
3 months. 90 days. Did anybody tell you, hey, wait? Anybody say that?
Well, yes, ma'am. Actually, a lot of her family members, a lot of her old friends or whatever told me that I need to wait. She's not the marrying type, but
You didn't listen.
Really?
I'm stubborn.
Yeah, you didn't pay attention. So, Mr. Bissell, how has she changed from that woman you knew for all the 90 days to the woman you're married now?
Well, ma'am, first she was clean. She would take care of herself. I thought she was taking care of her son. She was fun. We did all kind of stuff. Mainly, she was clean.
Okay.
We got
now, you've
along.
said clean about 19 times. Is she not clean now?
Clean.
You seem to have an issue about her hygiene or something, or
Yes,
is it her
ma'am.
housekeeping? Well, tell me how that has changed.
Well, ma'am, after the baby was born, we got into some complications. So we moved to Louisiana to stay
Right.
with my family members. And she had got 2 jobs, I think it was. And I didn't have a job, so I had to stay home. I had to take care of the kids.
Right.
So I cleaned up around the house. I would just get done cleaning the house. She'd come home the next day, it's dirty again. Her clothes everywhere. She had snacks hidden underneath the bed all over the place,
Right.
which is fine.
But she's working 2 jobs, and you're at home. She comes home, she's a little messy. Don't you think she's earned that? I mean, your job
Well, yes,
is to
ma'am,
clean the
that's
house.
fine. It's not taking a bath. When she stopped taking a bath, that bothered me the most.
Oh, well, now that's a different
I
story.
took baths all the time.
Like, I can actually tell you incidents to where it's just nasty. Like, another one of my family members was taking her to work, and he smelled dog poop in the car. So he thought it was on her shoes and the car somewhere. He searched everywhere, rolled down the window, and he said the closer he got to her, the more it smelled.
Oh, wow. Now, Ms. Glass, I'm not going to ask you to respond to that because that's just what that is. And I mean, you can deny it if you'd like, but I'm not going to make you. Do you want to say anything about it, or do you want to just roll right past it?
Let's just roll right
Yeah,
there
we'll
right
roll
now.
right past it. There we go. What is your major complaint about Mr. Bissell?
He's lazy.
Give me some examples of his laziness.
He would basically, like he said, I had 2 jobs.
Right, and he wasn't working at all. He was at home.
When we first met, he had 2 jobs.
Right.
He lost one. I don't know with the complications with the first one, but the second one, he was late to work all the time.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I am. I'm a couple minutes late to work. I do understand that because with me, when I get ready for work, when I get ready to go places, I'm like a girl. I take forever because I like to look good. I like to look good.
when?
I like to smell good. I always wear cologne.
Then get up a little earlier. Why
Yeah,
would you
no, right.
wait?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I will admit that I am a little lazy. But at least my
Okay.
hygiene was good.
Huh?
At least my hygiene
Your
was
hygiene,
good.
yeah, but you know, you can be clean and employed at the same time. It
Yes,
works
ma'am.
out.
Yes, ma'am. I understand that.
When divorce court continues, is Sonja the stand-up mother she professes to be?
How is she going out getting drunk every night? How is she going to the bar, this place, that place?
And later, will Sonja be able to handle what she hears from Duane's new girlfriend?
She calls me mom.
Yeah.
She calls you
She doesn't
mom?
even know who you are.
Divorce is complicated. We can help. Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com and become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Duane Bissell, who is divorcing his wife because of what he characterizes as her appalling care of herself and their young daughter. And coming up, Duane's new girlfriend weighs in.
She does nothing for her child. I take care of her.
Explain, you
I do
I
nothing for
support
and I
her,
try
I
to
work,
call.
I take care of her, I buy clothes for her. You haven't called to check on her.
Oh,
ever.
yes, I do.
Twice.
When I try to call, he's asleep.
Let me ask you this. What were you doing in those 90 days that you decided that she was the right woman for you? What kind of things were you doing together that you found interesting to both of you that now all of a sudden you don't have anything in common?
When I was off of work, I'd pack up the car, fill it up with gas. We'd go places. We'd leave out of town, out of state. We'd go
Right.
places. Almost every weekend, we would go out to Old Town. It's like you walk around, they have cars, rides, shows, all kinds of stuff like that. And she stayed happy, I stayed happy. We hung out, fun to hang
How's
out.
the baby doing?
My daughter, well,
Yeah.
our daughter, yes, she's great, ma'am.
She's doing fine. Who's got her? You got the baby?
He's got her for now.
He's got her for now.
Yes,
What's up
ma'am.
with that?
Well, I was, when she took my daughter, about 6 months later, she had called me and asked me, do you want your kid? I said, yes. She said she can't take it right now. She actually asked me if I wanted to take her son too. But I wasn't financially set to have both kids. I could barely take care of my own daughter at the time. I'm not gonna lie.
So you took back, which, you know, I applaud you. If you were in a position not to be able to take care of your child, I applaud you for making that phone call and putting your child in a place where he was okay with his dad. And it's not an easy thing to do as a mother, and I
Right,
get that.
it's
and I know
killed me.
you feel like, oh, I'm horrible about that. But that's a strong, righteous mother thing to do. Mr.
Well,
Bissell, go ahead.
Well, I wouldn't have said nothing about it if it wasn't for the fact she can't take care of her kid. And how is she going out getting drunk every night? How is she going to the bar, this place, that place?
So
I
you're
work
saying
at
the
a
reason
bar.
why she's unable to take care of her child.
Yeah,
is that
she's
you
going
work
all
at a
over the
bar.
place. She's going out to races. She's going all over the place. She's going
But she's a
everywhere.
good mom, though.
No, ma'am. She's a horrible mother.
Ms. McDaniel, won't you come forward? Aren't you just a little bit scared to get involved in
No.
this? Not at all.
No.
They never are. You know, the ship could be going down in flames, but she loves him and she's jumping on. Ms. McDaniel, why don't you tell me when you met Mr. Bissell and what is your vision of what's going on between the two of them?
I met him probably about 6 months ago.
Right?
He actually isn't lazy. He works really hard. He does everything he can to get his life together.
Okay. So
He
the
does.
fact that he says he's lazy, you don't believe that.
No.
You think he's
was
mistaken.
in
slow.
Florida.
He's slow,
And
but
he's-
not lazy.
And he's late for everything.
And he's late for
But-
everything. You know, that's a disincentive to employers, you know, lateness.
I bring him to work, so he's there on time.
You bring him to work so he's there on time. Now, are you 20 as well?
No,
How old are you?
I'm 30.
You're 30. Okay,
way
that's
older
all
than
right.
me.
If it was the other way around,
Wow.
everybody be happy.
What's the next one?
Now,
Be 40?
Ms. McDaniels, what do you see when you see
She
this
does nothing
marriage?
for her child. I take care of her.
Explain. You
I
take
do
care of
nothing
I
for-
support
and I
her,
try
I
to
work,
call.
I take care of her, I buy clothes for her, I feed her. She hasn't
You're
called.
in Louisiana. I'm in
You
Florida
haven't called
too.
to check on her,
Oh, yes,
ever.
I do.
Twice.
When I try to call, he's asleep.
She's only
asleep.
called
She's
twice.
asleep. She's asleep. She's asleep.
Mr.
He didn't
Bissell,
even let me
you're so
call
never
him on my
call.
You know,
I
birthday.
answer his
it's
phone.
interesting. I get this dynamic all the time. The two women stand up. Man, just I know better, and steps right on back. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't get involved. Do you?
That is
do
my
you two
daughter,
argue
not
all the
yours. So
time?
you need to stop.
Well,
Well,
you
you
take
need to
care
take
of
care
her,
of her
she'll be
then.
your daughter. You don't take care
She
of her,
calls me
so
mom.
she takes care of her.
She calls you
She
mom.
doesn't even know who you are.
When divorce court continues, why is Sonja reduced to tears?
What have you done to show your daughter that you are her mom?
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @divorcecourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Sonja Glass, who wants to divorce her husband because she claims he's lazy and refuses to work. But should Duane be forced to pay for a flat-screen television, Sonja claims he broke during happier days.
He thinks he knows anything and everything about electronics. He tried to make a surround sound out of existing speakers inside of the TV.
I actually have pictures here
Okay.
that will show the way I got my daughter. And right now, my daughter, when I got her, she was afraid of everybody. She was afraid of water. She didn't know how to eat.
She's beautiful.
She only had a bottle. But, I mean, also when I got her from Sonja, she had 2 pairs of clothes and some shoes. I had a whole bag of clothes. None of them fit her. We tried. They were 4 or 5 months too small. So we had to go out and buy her new clothes. I had to take her to the doctor. She was sick.
Dwayne, she has a breathing issue, okay? She had a breathing issue for
Also
3
about
months
that with the
before you
breathing
got her.
issue, she told me she had a breathing issue all the time. I have not once had to use that
going
breathing
to call-
machine for my daughter. Not
They were gonna
once.
call-
Give Mrs. Glass a minute. Mrs. Glass, a lot of very negative things are being said
And
about
the baby
you.
doesn't have a breathing
What would
problem
you like
anymore.
to say? I know you're hurt. I know you feel like I'm being exposed here. Is there something you want to say in response, in your own defense?
Right now, I don't really know right this second. I mean,
Would you admit that you've been less than
no,
the
I'm a
optimal
good mother. I am a damn good mother. Excuse my language.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
so
but not-
sorry.
well, you can get mad about that. That's all right. Well, why don't you tell me where they're mistaken?
Well, being the fact that she is not her mother. I didn't see her do the labor that I went through with my daughter. I mean, she's just a girlfriend.
But I'm asking
She
you
should
about.
not. She should be telling my daughter, "I'm not your mommy. I'm not your mommy."
We do, Your Honor.
I do.
Hang on. But what have you done to show your daughter that you are her mom?
I tried to call my daughter.
No, she
I
doesn't.
tried to call her.
You don't do anything. I
Three
take
weeks
care
ago,
of her.
three weeks
Let the
ago, I
woman
tried
finish.
to get in contact with Duane. He ignores my text messages. He ignores my phone calls. I don't know what to do when he is ignoring me when I'm trying to call her.
She only called whenever he posted something on Facebook saying, what kind of mother doesn't even call and check on her daughter?
No,
Okay,
that
first
is
of all,
not what I
Facebook
called.
should not be involved.
I'm just saying that's the only time she called.
I don't care if your partner is Attila the Hun.
It's just
You
when
don't
somebody
go
else
on
says something is the
Facebook
only time
and
she wants to
start
be a
doing-
mother.
What?
The only time she wants to be a mother is when other people are criticizing
Your
her
Honor,
for
her
not
own-
being
Yeah,
a mother.
I
had her
understand,
friends,
and I
family.
get that. But what I'm saying is, you don't go publicize that and put that on Facebook. That's
Right.
not helpful. That starts static. That starts problem.
Right.
Then you go to court, and then you calling and harassing and all that. Don't do all of that.
When divorce court continues, will Judge Lynn let Duane get away with blatant infidelity?
Ms. Glass, you say that he was a cheater, clearly by the fact that he's married and's got another woman on his arm and calling him a girlfriend.
great
that does
example,
have
isn't it?
some accuracy to it, but can you tell me?
Divorce Court returns with the case of Duane Bissell and Sonja Glass, who got pregnant within 1 week of meeting and now are seeking a divorce after 2 years of marriage.
Ms. Glass, you say that he was a cheater, clearly by the fact that he's married and's got another woman on his arm and calling him a girlfriend.
Great
that
example,
does have
isn't it?
some accuracy to it, but can you tell me?
Your Honor, she's had nine boyfriends since
Well, I'm
I
gonna
left
get
her
to you.
years
I'm
ago.
gonna ask you the same question. So why don't you tell me what the fidelity situation was like?
Well, the big one is that about a month and a half after we got married, we had got our own place. I look at his phone, he has a video of another girl pleasuring herself sent to him.
Your Honor, I can't tell people what to send me and
And
whatnot.
then, no. Let me go
control of
further,
what they do.
okay?
I have a lot of stalkers.
You didn't have to go all, oh, I had fun that night.
So what was the final straw? What ended this 2-year marriage? I mean, I don't know what kept it together for 2 years, but what was the final straw,
actually.
Mr. Bissell?
My daughter kept it together, honestly, ma'am.
Yeah.
I just got tired of her not taking care of my kid. Got tired of her not taking my... I wouldn't even go to bed until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd stay up on the computer talking to people, hanging out. Everybody in the house passed out, but I'm still awake, waiting for her to pass out. I wouldn't even go to bed because I didn't want to talk to her, I didn't want to be by her, I didn't want to listen to her, I didn't want to have sex with her, none of it.
Well, that's a final straw.
And I just got
Why don't
tired
you
of
tell me
talking to
about the
other people behind her back.
$150 that you're seeking from Mr. Bissell?
He thinks he knows anything and everything about electronics. He tried to make a surround sound out of existing speakers inside of the TV. When they make surround sounds to plug into your TV, right? As far as I'm aware.
Let me speak to this issue here that I have. You people's priorities concern me. You are ill-prepared, uneducated, and not really focusing on what you need to do in order to make it better. You got a lot of sex going on. You got kitties going on. You've got problems with the system going on. 20 years old, and all of that is a function of the lifestyle that you lead. One that is based upon the pleasure of the moment and not the needs of today and a vision of tomorrow. And that's how you get into where you are. You will continue to spiral around this drain that you're on until you get a better idea. You live in a social circumstance that does not support what you need to do. I'd like you to go back to school. I'd like you to look past that. Please, whatever you do, holster it up. Have no more babies. You can't afford it emotionally, educationally, financially. You just can't afford it. Same with you, Ms. Glass. Step up your game. Don't pretend something is prettier than it is. You know what's wrong. You see what's in the mirror. You know what's happening at your house. Make better decisions. Be a better woman. Improve. I'm not gonna bash you, but I'm not gonna pat you on the back and say it's all okay. He was trying to fix something. He screwed it up. Who cares? And none of you can afford a flat screen. Don't even know why you had it. I don't even have surround sound, and I got a good job. So I don't know what you're doing. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered. Good luck, bro.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
You're not my daughter's mom.
Well, I want you to act like one then.
Well, then
Why don't you call her and talk to her?
Tell your boyfriend, my husband, to, if I call, wake her up if she's in a nap.
But
Let
I
me
always have
talk
his
to
phone
her.
too, and you never called that phone.
I don't know that. I don't know when's a good time to call him. That's why when I
We've
call,
never
I
actually
call.
spoken. I take care of your daughter. I know if somebody else was taking care of mine, I would want to know who they are.
He never said that you was taking care of him. He always said
You never
that.
call.
He always said that it was somebody else.
You don't want me taking care of your daughter, then you take care of her. You
It's
can't.
not that. That's not the fact. I'm glad that you're helping take care of my daughter.
I do everything for her.
Just don't let her call you mom. You're not her mom.
I've told her not to.
Okay?
Nothing I
That's
can
the
do
part
about
that
that.
hurts.
Well, then
See
step up
how
and
it
be a
feel.
mother.